Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy. One skip, I am, you're not, I am. Guys, did you notice? First of all, I always forget, please like, subscribe, and share, and hit the bell. I'm going live today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go over Nick Godejohn's interrogation. Let's see how we could do that, how that works out for us. And then at 8 o'clock tonight, I'm going to be on Into the Weeds podcast with Amber from Into the Weeds, the mom from Into the Weeds, and 1980 Millennial, who I'll be meeting for the first time. Big fan of theirs. Guys, big fan of both of those channels. And I've been on Into the Weeds podcast before, and I'm happy to be and excited to be invited back. So that's great. Guys, if you would please check into the community pages and also on the Facebook, I believe Holly Jolly went ahead and put an easier way to link up for the Corey Michello donations. It's something that's very close to my heart, guys. Please, if you don't know the story, Corey Michello was unalived by his dad, and Family and Child Services let that family down, as well as News Nation, Chris Cuomo, who said that he would stay on this until he got some answers. Well, there's no answers, and now we're donating in his name. So anyway, anybody that could join and help in the donation, please, it's very close to my heart. Guys, I saw my accountant today. I will be making donations the first of next year because he said it would be better for me to make donations and get a certain amount of money where it makes a difference. So I didn't meet that this year, 2024, but hoping to meet it next year, 2025, because I will be donating the first 2 weeks of January, and I will show you where those donations are going. Holly Jolly is helping me find an organization that donates wheelchairs, because remember, 10% of all of Gypsy Rose's videos that I've done, or Nick's videos that I've done, anything that has to do with Gypsy Rose, 10% of that money is going to go to an organization that helps people get wheelchairs. And then we'll do the Garrison Brown with 10% of that money. Will also go to the cat sanctuary. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the exact cat sanctuary that he was a part of. Garrison Brown from Sister Wives, who unfortunately unalived himself. But we will do a cat sanctuary in Arizona in his name. And then the rest we will donate to other organizations, which I will tell you about. So there'll be like, we'll deduct the Gypsy Rose and the Garrison Brown and what's left over, and we'll tell you where that money is going. Just so you know, guys, keeping promises. All right, so this is a fun video because I had Morbid and I had Night Convos reading the Rolling Stone interview. And both of these channels did Gypsy Rose imitations, which kudos to you because, as you know, Sir Morbid has an excellent radio voice, right? So when he was doing the Gypsy Rose imitation, I found it funny. And Night Convos with their country accent doing a Gypsy Rose imitation, I found that funny too. But let's talk seriously about what the seriously. So why are they still spreading the friggin' narrative of Munchausen by proxy? Rolling Stone, I'm sure, but we need to hit them up and say, you need to retract this, look into the case, and please write the correct dialogue because you sent out false dialogue. And if Dee Dee could come back from the grave, she would sue you because you can't say that she had Munchausen by proxy because she was diagnosed after she was gone, and you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't have somebody die and then say that they did all this shit without any proof. The only proof is that Gypsy has a microdeletion, and the symptoms of everything she went through are part of that microdeletion. The surgeries, 4 that she had, not 30, not 300, 4 that she had to do with the microdeletion. Her eyes, you could clearly see she had an eye problem, an incredibly lazy eye. Her salivary glands, which she still needs to get more, all of them, take them all out, because she still has that issue. The feeding tube, If you don't eat, there's a failure to thrive. So if they didn't try to do this and she wasn't eating, we'd be looking at a real ABU SE case. So, guys, here's the thing that really gets me. The dialogue is wrong. The dialogue is wrong. The story is wrong. The narrative is wrong. It's wrong, 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 wrong. And this Rolling Stone piece was just put out. Just put out. So, mainstream media is still going along with the story that Fancy kept sharing. And I'm bringing that up again because I'm still upset with her for calling other people out on their shit and not owning her own. The dialogue is wrong here. The narrative is wrong here. We all know it. Mainstream media doesn't know it. Fancy, is there any way that you can put a video clip together for mainstream media where it shows you in the day saying the bullshit that you thought was true about Gypsy and then putting yourself side by side, not for the documentary that I told you about, but so that you could straighten out this dialogue? You're part of putting the wrong dialogue out there. If they saw that you had changed it, maybe that would help. Maybe that would help. I'm just saying. I'm not even being funny. I'm just saying that. I would think it's a much better story, the truth. Look at what she got away with. The truth is a much better story than this made-up version of somebody that supposedly had to save their life from an obese mom with gout and cancer to boot, right? Right? Come on. Guys, there's a few things that I found absolutely hysterical about that. So, Christy apparently says that Gypsy's been doing the average things, like mowing lawn. Can we see? I want to see pictures for that. I don't believe it. I want to see pictures of her mowing lawn, doing laundry, cleaning. I saw her folding clothes or attempting to fold clothes once at Ken's house. I guarantee you those clothes went to the dry cleaners for a steam. She's not at all domesticated. Not at all. I mean, that's what it looks like. She can't even keep a clean house is what it looks like. Every place she's lived, with the exception of jail or prison, she must have been paying somebody to keep that clean too, in my opinion, because she has it doesn't seem like she wants to do anything to keep things clean or keep things organized or keep things right. She is just schizoboodle doodle. And I have another question. Gypsy! Gypsy ahoy! Can you count? How many firsts are there? The first is the very first time, Gypsy ahoy. Very first time. One time only, very first time. Your first time is your very first time. It's not a time before your very first time, because your very first time before is the first time. So, how many times is it your first time? It's the first time I was ever in the ocean. It's salty. Gulf of Mexico's right outside her door in Cutoff, Louisiana, where she's from in Louisiana. Like, Gulf of Mexico right there, as far as I know. Salt fucking water, isn't it? And didn't we watch her on a boat with her dad? Right. And they were on a smaller boat, so, chances are they've gone over a few wakes and stuff. She's tasted salt water. Like, I could believe that Ken left her because she's embarrassing. She's embarrassing, and she takes and insults us like we're stupid. Come on, man. She was just on the west coast of the United States, Pacific Ocean, first time she ever stepped on the beach. Come on. How many first times? Gypsy ahoy. So in the Rolling Stone interview, she's not done anything to, again, I want to see pictures for her cleaning and doing domesticated shit, not making spaghetti that she claims she makes out of a can of spaghetti or a jar of spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? I don't even see you chop any stuff. Come on. Like, seriously, that's putting something together. And I'm not too sure she got that right. Did she cook the noodles? Because the mac and cheese that she supposedly cooked over at Nick's house, his stepdad said, yeah, it was weird because, like, she didn't even know to heat up the noodles. And then that's the way she said her mom made it. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Well, that'll tell you why she ain't had any teeth in her mouth, isn't it? So then They talked about what Gypsy wanted to do when she got off parole, and her goal was to be a hairdresser. So I want to know, by show of hands, who is going to sit in a chair with Gypsy Rose when she has a pair of scissors in her hand? And who's going to turn their back on her and let her cut their hair and with a pair of scissors? Are they going to be the rounded children's scissors, or are they the real life hairdresser scissors? Because I'm not too sure that somebody's going to hire her about that. I mean, jab, jab. I'm just saying, I wouldn't want her cutting my hair with the crime that she was committed over. Guys, Rolling Stone magazine back in the day had some really good articles, and they had, experienced reporters that you counted on to tell you the news. This is BS. They interviewed Gypsy Rose and never checked any of the sources besides mouthpiece Gypsy Rose, and they believed what she said. And they're responsible for that stupid ass narrative, because it's not the case. As we all know, as anybody with any critical thinking skills knows, Gypsy Rose unalived her mom. Not because Munchausen by proxy, not because of anything other than she didn't want her mom around anymore. So my first question to her would be, why'd you find it so easy to do that? The real questions that should be asked of Gypsy Rose. She can't go back into jail for what she did. She can't go back into prison for what she did. So why'd you really do it? Anyway, Rolling Stone, protest, protest, protest. I don't even want to read about you when it comes to music anymore. I won't even trust your Billboard charts anymore. Rolling Stone, no more. Guys, tell me what you think. And did anybody read that article to you? And who was it that read it to you? Guys, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always, always be kind. Always be kind, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.